Dear student, welcome again to Istituto Marangoni. Today we are going to see some useful information related to your study visa application in order to attend your 3-year course. We are going to see together all the necessary steps for pre-enrollment procedure at Italian authorities. The pre-enrollment procedure follows 3 simple steps. Phase 1. Appointment. Set your appointment at the Italian embassy or consulate nearest to your place of residence in order to get your study visa for Italy. Phase 2. Documents. Collect all the necessary documents for the pre-enrollment procedure. As additional papers may be required, check with your local embassy or consulate for the full and complete list. Phase 3. Submission. Submit the documents at the set appointment. The embassy or consulate will process your request and you will be informed as soon as your visa will be ready. We would like to remind you that you can find all this information in the offer letter that you received by email from the school. We are now going to check together the offer letter and its most important information. First of all, we would like to remind you that this offer that you received is a conditional offer. In order to finalize your place in the course, you are requested to provide us with a final certificate to confirm that you completed your previous studies. You have to provide us with this document as soon as possible and before the lessons start. In order to finalize your enrollment, we would like to remind you that you will have to obtain your study visa, submit your last diploma or final certificate relative to your secondary studies. We would also like to remind you that for AFAM validated courses, the final diploma must meet all the ministerial requirements. In order to assess your final diploma, you might be asked to provide us with legalization, translation, diploma supplement, attestation of ERIC-NARIC centers, declaration of value, or any other useful certificate in order to verify your foreign title. As a last step, in order to finalize your enrollment, you also have to submit your language certificate according to the language that you choose in order to attend your course. For non-English or Italian native speakers, it is required a certificate of language skills of level B1 of Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, with specific requirements. For example, for English, the IELTS score should be 4.5, without elements below 4.0. Istituto Marangoni is going to assess all of your documents. And please note that your enrollment will be finalized only when we will have received and verified all your documents. Let's now see together the needed steps for pre-enrollment procedure at the Italian authorities. In order to prepare for the pre-enrollment procedure at Italian diplomatic authorities, which you can find nearest to your place of residence, you can get your study visa for Italy. Istituto Marangoni would like to remind you that a study visa is not a right, but a concession, and its issuance is at the sole discretion of Italian authorities. As a first step, you have to set up an appointment with the Italian embassy or consulate in your country. As per the last indication from the ministry, students are advised from this time to start their visa application. Of course, we do require you and we do advise you to start the procedure at the soonest, and this might take 1 month or even more, so that you can get all the documents organized on time. Here is a list of the documents to be provided in order to submit your visa application. As a first document, we have the MIR AFAM pre-enrollment form, which is also called ABIS form. Let's see together how the ABIS form looks like. It is a form where you are required to put all the information related to your previous studies, related to the course that you choose to attend here at Istituto Marangoни, together, of course, with your personal details, and the qualifications that you're going to submit during your visa application. Let's see together on how to fill out this document. Here you can find, in fact, some instruction on how to properly fill out the paper. As you can see, you will be required to write down the academic year of reference. As you are enrolled in a course which is going to start from October 2020, the academic year of reference is 2020-2021. After this, you are required to put the name of the school you are enrolled to. So, you should write down to the director of Istituto Marangoni Milano, or of course Florence, if your reference campus is Florence. Then you have to write down your personal details, so your surname, your name, your birth date, city and country of birth. You then also have to put your citizenship and select your gender, your full address together with city and zip code, and then, as a final information, your contact details, such as phone number and email address. So this is the first part of information that you are required to fill out. And the second part, instead, you are required to indicate which is the last qualification that you obtained. So, of course, as you can see, you can indicate whether the last title that you obtain is a high school diploma, or if it is a university level qualification or a post-secondary qualification achieved at a non-academic institution. Of course, please remind to cross out the option which does not apply. And in any of the two cases, you have to specify the name of the qualification in the original language. For example, if you got as a final high school certification IB diploma, then here you are going to write down IB diploma and so on. You're also required then to indicate the final mark indicated on the qualification, and then the name of your high school where you are attending your last year of study, or the high school where you completed your studies if you are already finished them. Furthermore, you also have to insert the country that will issue your title, that is to say, the foreign education system of reference. As an example, if you are studying in Egypt and you are doing your French baccalaureate, in this case, you have to indicate as a system of reference the French education system. After this, only if required, you also have to insert the name of the university entrance examination. For some education systems, indeed, students, after completing their high school studies, they are also required to do an university entrance examination. For example, like Selectividad in Spain, Gaokao in China, or OS in Turkey. So please indicate the name of the university entrance examination only when required. In this third part, then you have to write down the name of the course that you are enrolling in. So, of course, you have to select first year as a valid option, so you have to cross out all the other options which do not apply, and then write down the full name of your course. For example, Visual Design course, AFAM. Then here, you can find a list of documents that you will be required to submit at the embassy in reference to your high school studies. Of course, they are not requesting you to submit all of them, but as written in here, you can cross out the options which do not apply. So if you do not have some of these documents, that's fine. just cross them out. This is the very final part where you have to just agree on the terms indicated here at the bottom of the second page, and then you have to put down and write down the date and your signature. So in this way, you would have completed your ABIS form, which is the first document required for your visa application. Besides this, you are also required to submit an original notarial copy of your high school diploma, and when not in Italian, an official legalized translation must be supplied. Besides this, when needed, also a certificate stating that the university entrance exam in the student's origin country has been passed. So we do remind that, for example, in some countries there are university entrance examination, like in Spain, selectividad, in China, gaokao, or in Turkey, os. Then you also have to attach to your application two passport size pictures, one of which will be authenticated by the Italian embassy or consulate. You also have to attach your valid passport and the Istituto Marangoni visa package, which is a certificate issued from the school to be used for visa purposes, clearly indicating the number of years of the course workload per week, the language of the course, a declaration in Italian containing some general information about the course. Let's see together the Istituto Marangoni visa letter that you already have received, or that anyway you should receive shortly. As you can see, here you can find that you will have indicated your personal details together with all the details related to your course that you're going to attend and that you're going to start at Istituto Marangoni. And finally, in this part at the bottom of the first page, some indications on all the documents that you submitted during the application process related to your previous education. On the second page, again, you can also find some useful information about holidays and other details related to the course and Istituto Marangoni in general. As you can see, this certificate is in Italian, and it will be required and it will be examined by the embassy. Besides these documents, you also have to submit a proof that you have sufficient funds to support your stay here in Italy. An amount of at least €5,824.91. You also have to submit a proof of purchase of a return flight ticket or any other means of transportation, an evidence of private health insurance, confirmation of accommodation, or evidence for a place to stay here in Italy. Please also bear in mind that other documents might be required. This is why we do suggest you to check with the local embassy and consulate. Finally, some useful information important for you to know. The first one related to the language certificate. As already stated before, proof of language knowledge at B1 level is required. For visa students, a language certificate or a test can be required by the Italian embassy or consulate. It is recommended to contact the local visa office in order to check the detailed requirements and timing. Moreover, non-EU students are advised to contact as soon as possible the Italian diplomatic authorities in the countries for further information on visa issues, as requirements are often subject to change. Since the process can take 1 month or more, applicants should start all the procedures in time. Once the student has completed successfully the visa process and provided that he finished the secondary school studies, Italian authorities will provide the study visa type D. As soon as you receive it, please do anticipate a soft copy, a scanned copy, to Istituto Marangoni by email. Once in Italy, we would like to remind you that you also have to apply for your permit to stay, permesso di soggiorno. This application should be done within 8 days from your arrival here in Italy. And permit to stay is the only legal document which legitimizes your stay here in Italy. It's compulsory and has to be rendered into school as soon as possible. Istituto Marangoni will provide you with qualified help in completing your application for permit to stay. And once in Italy, the school will organize an induction for students in order to explain how to get the permit to stay. In the next tutorial, we're going to see some useful information about your high school diploma for all students from any nationality and on how to require your ERIC-NARIC certificate from the competent body. Thank you.